Hey, what's up guys? This is Silent Night, and this is my first ever YouTube series. I figured for my first series we'd do a Philadelphia Eagles rebuild. I'm a die-hard Eagles fan, so no better place to get my feet in the door and start getting videos made, start creating content. The new owner of the Philadelphia Eagles is none other than former Florida Mud Dog, Bobby Boucher. Let's get right in and check out the roster, see what we're working with. Starting at quarterback, we have none other than Carson Wentz, the sophomore sensation. Let's see what he can do with Nick Foles backing him up. We are slightly crowded here at running back with LeGarrette Blount, Darren Sproles, Pumphrey Jr., Wendell Smallwood, and Corey Clement. Probably last year here for Darren Sproles. Let's see what Blount can do in his first year in Philly. We don't have any fullbacks on the roster. We'll probably put Selleck there a lot on running plays. Receiving core, we have Alshon Jeffrey, Torrey Smith, Nelson Aguilar, Mac Hollis, Shelton Gibson, and Marcus Johnson. Here at tight end, we have Zach Ertz, Brent Selleck, Trey Burton, and Rick Lovato. Left tackle, we have Jason Peters, Chance Warmack, and Isaac Samalu at left guard, Steven Wisniewski and Jason Kelsey at center, Brandon Brooks at right guard, Lane Johnson and Hal Vaitai at right tackle. Here at left end, we have Brandon Graham, Chris Long, and Alex McAllister. Here at right end, we have Vinnie Curry, Derek Barnett, and Steven Means. I'm very high on Barnett. We'll probably try and trade Curry. Defensive tackle, we have Fletcher Cox, Timmy Jernigan, Elijah Qualls, Destiny Vallejo, Bo Allen, and the Zizou Nigel Bradham and Najee Good at left outside linebacker. Middle linebackers Jordan Hicks and Joe Walker. Right outside linebacker Michael Kendricks and Camus Grieger-Hill. Michael Kendricks is in the trading block. Cornerback, we have recent trade acquisition Ronald Darby, Patrick Robinson, Sidney Jones, Jordan Mills, Rasul Douglas, and Dexter McDougal. And the safeties Rodney McLeod, Corey Graham, and Chris Maragos. Malcolm Jenkins and Jalen Watkins. Caleb Sturgis is our kicker, Donnie Jones is our punter, and our draft picks. Whole lot of nothing going on currently. Let's see if we can improve our 2018 stock. The practice squad. As I said in the intro, this is my first ever video series here on YouTube. I've always been a big sports fan, and I've always been a bigger gamer. I'm a die-hard Philadelphia Eagles fan, and I think this is a perfect year where I can get into this and start making YouTube content, live streaming, and just enjoying gaming a whole lot more, connecting with an audience. I do know there's a whole lot to learn, and I'm probably making mistakes in this very video. So if you have any constructive criticism, please leave it. I would appreciate any kind of insight, any kind of tips, any kind of tricks, any kind of help, assistance, whatever. It is highly appreciated. This series is honestly mostly inspired by MoonlightSwami and MrHurriicane. I've always looked at those guys as incredible YouTubers, and I've always had a blast watching all their series. I've always watched their content kind of with envy, saying that I could do that myself, and it's always fun seeing those guys crank out 5, 6, 7 series, and just really connecting with their audience and making great content. That's fun. I think I would enjoy it a lot, so I'm going to try my hardest to keep up with those guys and learn every day. So now onto my plans with the team. I've always been a die-hard Eagle fan for the most part since I was a kid and T.O. became an Eagle. T.O., McNabb, Westbrook, that team was a blast to watch, and ever since then I've been hooked. I live here in Wisconsin, so it's easy to say I'm a cheesehead, but Eagles definitely are number one in my heart. This team has a very young core with the likes of Fletcher Cox, Carson Wentz, and the recent trade acquisition Ronald Darby that I'm very excited to keep developing. They also have some older talent that I'm curious to see what they can do and how long they'll be on the team for, like Chris Long, Malcolm Jenkins, and Darren Sproles. I think that is his last year here in Philly, and I'm going to develop Pumphrey Jr. to see if he can take over the role that Darren Sproles has. Anything less than this team going 10-6 would be a large disappointment for me. We do have a lot of contract year players like Alshon Jeffrey, so he's going to have to ball out if he wants that long extension here in Philadelphia. I do also have multiple people in the trade block, like Vinny Curry and Michael Kendricks, either for depth on the linebacker core or draft picks. We are very, very light on draft picks this year with a 1 and 3 fours, and everything else is below that. So we're going to have to try to develop for the most part this year through free agency, or if we can unload some of our veterans on the roster. Darren Sproles is possibly on there as well if Pumphrey Jr. can really carve out a role in this offense. But a little bit more about myself, since this is my first real video here on YouTube. I'm excited to create content. I used to do photography, and there's been a creative void missing ever since I stopped doing that. I'm looking forward to becoming more natural speaking at a microphone. I think a lot of these audio clips that are laying in front of my screen right now probably sound a little choppy, but I promise you I'm going to work hard to get better. I have an Elgato HD60, all this gameplay is on a PS4. I have a pretty solid computer, and I'm going to work my ass off to make sure these are the best possible videos I can crank out. I want episode 16 to be 1,000 times better than episode 1, because this video is probably terrible. So if you're still listening to this right now, you're my favorite person ever, and I love you very much. There's going to be a lot more to come, I promise. Even as I sit here and watch this video rendering in this video software and this audio editing, which this whole thing is brand new to me, it looks like it doesn't make any sense. It looks like it's probably terrible put together, like it won't make any sense, but it's fun to make, and I'm excited to get better. You know, I always take challenges head on, and I'm going to improve, and I'm hoping to look back at this video in a year and just laugh, because I'm not going to give up on this content. I want this season to be at least 5 years. I'm really going to work hard at it. I do work third shift, so video making sometime might be a struggle, but I do want to have 2 gameplay videos out every week of Madden. This is probably rambling, but I figured you might want to get to know some about a brand new creator. So I'm a metalhead. I've always been a big fan of music. I love going to concerts. I'm a sports junkie. I'm a diehard Brewer fan, diehard Eagle fan, and I'm decent with basketball. I'm a Bucks fan, you know, here in the Milwaukee area, so you can't go wrong with that. And of course, I'm big into daily fantasy sports, so if you ever want to do anything on FanDuel, leave me your ID down below and we'll compete against each other, see who can have the bragging rights, see if we can get any kind of wagers and stakes going on. I'm also a big fan of mixed martial arts, and not just the stereotypical, hey, I like Conor McGregor and John Bones Jones. They're my favorite fighters because they tell me to be. But again, one last time, I'm very much looking forward to making this whole thing work. I'm excited for the challenge, I'm excited to learn, and I'm the most excited about interaction with new people who have the same kind of sports and video gaming interests that I do. So, hope to see you down below in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe, and let's get better together. Help me kick ass, guys. Later.